Okay, so this is the new Hero Academy update, showing off the tribe class and the new units that you can see, or that you can use.
Yep.
Tribe is, what was it, $2?
$2. So basically it seems like it's $2 every time they release a new class, and they put the previous class on sale for 99 cents.
Yep.
So your best bet is to be one class behind.
Unless you're obsessive and just play this game way too much.
Unless you have 40 games going at all times, and this
Yeah.
is your favorite game.
Yep. That's the case for me.
So this new map looks weird.
Yeah, a little bit different colors, some different units by default on the map.
So let's look at the crystal.
So the crystals are these new barbed crystals, and they can be used once a turn to do damage. And they do a lot of damage, and they have good range. So they're actually a pretty reasonable threat.
So it's like having extra dudes on the field.
Right. And like I said, you can use each crystal once per turn. And I was playing a game earlier, and you can see I had someone left their unit on my sword square on my side of the map.
And
that was
him up.
I tore them up because that was within range of all 3 of my crystals. And
Okay, so this other new one
crystals entirely
is kind of like the defense square, but against magic.
Yes.
I'm surprised we haven't seen this sooner.
Yes.
And besides that, it looks pretty standard.
Yeah, except it's got 3 crystals on each team as well, which is a new.
So how many
map.
games have you played on this map?
I don't think I've finished one yet, but I'm pretty close to finishing a game against a guy that I didn't think was very good, but he just like suicided units like really early, and like destroyed 2 of my crystals right away. But
So-
I just slowly like took control of the map, and I think I'm gonna be able to win.
Do you think this
But
is...
I lost 2 of my crystals like super quickly because you can like, if you look on the bottom, I don't know if there's a good way to mark it. Yeah, that bottom assault boost square. Like if you have a guy that does range damage, you can just throw him on that and take out like half of that crystal's damage right away, and then pop back.
Do you think this is going to be a crystal race map, or
Yes, crystal race map, definitely.
not wear the person out till they're out of supplies?
Nope, this is definitely a crystal race map. This is not a defensive map.
Okay, so let's talk about the tribe.
Okay.
So you put out your hero unit, and
Well, an interesting thing about the tribe is that there's actually 2 hero units. You get 2 heroes every time, and you have 2 of them out actually on your bottom thing.
yeah. Okay, so let's...
So put one of them out. So the Chieftain, he's a melee guy, but he can actually jump kind of far. So why don't we... You know what? I'll take the helm because I know this class pretty well.
Also, with the new update, they made this a universal app, so it works on the iPad, or it's optimized for the iPad. So that's why it looks probably a little different
Oh.
on the screen. There's a lot more extra room.
So the Chieftain, he kind of jumps and attacks. And then when he's right next to a person, he does this tornado attack that draws in people to him. And then when they're next to him again, he damages everything around that person. It's not a very good attack for early on, so we'll just throw him out there. Now, the tribe's weakness is that they have they have no defense and almost no resistances. So the Chieftain, you can see he has 0 physical resistance and 0 magic resist. None of the items that they can put on their characters give any physical or magic resist. So they're
Okay.
extremely squishy. So yeah, he does kind of melee and AoE damage. The Witch Doctor, I think that's her name, or the Witch, she's probably the strongest unit, or one of my favorite units, I guess. So she is kind of similar to the Necromancer for the elves, in that after you have a dead body, or so she has the same range as the Necromancer for the attack, but instead of creating a little phantom from a dead body, she explodes the corpse.
And what's the range? 1 square?
For her, no, it's huge.
For the damage.
The
Explosion.
yeah, it's anything directly adjacent.
Not diagonals?
I'd have to test that. I'm not 100%. I don't remember specifically. And so the power of the tribe kind of comes with their combos, essentially. So she can explode fallen heroes at range. This guy, this little axe thrower, he does physical damage, not great range, only 2, but he does extra damage to enemies above 50% health. Mm-hmm. And then this guy, the troll, anybody below 50% health, he instantly kills.
Mm-hmm. So they're a good tag team.
They're a good tag team, but it rarely works out that way. Like,
it seems like they'd be a good tag.
It seems like they'd be a very good tag team, but it's not very effective, at least in my experience. Let's get him out there. The one... So you don't have any of the unit or the really cool stuff so far. So the one armor thing that they get is the spike armor, and it deals damage back to the person attacking you. Mm-hmm. Now against the elves, it's not very effective because they leech health when they attack you.
Yeah.
So it almost like balances out and becomes completely worthless, especially if they have that thing that doubles their health leech. We'll put that on him. Let's just keep this moving. And then I'm just going to do a stupid move so that you can show off some more of the attacks. Let's do it quickly. Whoops.
Let's see what a...
Oh,
I'll try that on the next turn.
Go into your settings and I'll show, and we'll do another cool thing. Turn on partial undo.
So this is new to this update.
Yep, this is new to this update. So I'm going to get in range just so you can screw me up. And do some
with the
damage.
crystal?
Well, with everybody.
Okay. I want to see the crystal attack.
Okay, so I have submitted the turn. Alright, you can refresh it.
Okay.
Yeah, so the crystal does a lot of damage.
Alright.
Right?
That was sweet.
Yeah. So let's take a look at this combo. So for the axe thrower, he does that extra kind of like spin move when they're above 50% health, and he does 300 damage each time. But then when he's below it, well, I guess you won't be able to tell that he's only doing half because I'm going to kill him anyway.
Yeah.
No, that was actually perfect.
Yeah.
It was exactly 200. So that's one way to do it. Now let's try this. I don't think we'll be able to kill him. We'll just kind of plan for the next turn. Actually, you know what? Let's do this.
Do you like this new one at a time undo?
Yeah, it's helpful. And if you want to undo all of them, you just hold the button for a half a second. So you can also do this. You can just jump over your own guy and start chopping him. Bring everybody else in close. Start doing lots of damage. But let's do... So this, the meat stick... Whoops. You give him the meat stick, the haunch of meat. It heals, and it's basically the scroll combined into one. But you can use it on full health people. So I'm going to give that to him and then do a ton of damage. Everybody around there. But that's just to show it off, I guess. So let's get the Necromancer out there for the next turn and the Shaman. Okay. So now I'm going to kill one of your guys. Maybe I should kill two of your guys to show how the Shaman works. So the Shaman, the healer for the tribe, their heals chain between teammates.
Like a wizard.
Like a wizard's attack. And you can,
on the council.
And you can revive multiple people at the same time with one attack.
That's pretty sweet.
Which is pretty cool. So, let's do this. Okay, this is going to work out perfect. So refresh. And then now you can show off the witch and the shaman on this turn. So I knock out two of your guys. So the Shaman, he heals both people with one
Wouldn't
attack.
you want to aim it at the witch? Undo
No,
one.
because she
it won't
has-
go through her.
Oh, it will, but it actually heals them less.
Oh,
so when you go
if
through
she was
witch,
hurt though,
it's like the wizard's chain.
Gets
and
less powerful.
Every time it chains, it revives less. So when I did that, it gave the closest guy 50 and the furthest guy 25. If I just go directly, it's 150.
okay.
So, but you can also detonate these people's corpses, and that does a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see, also it does do diagonal. I wasn't sure about that. So, what else do we want to show?
So they don't have scrolls. They don't have fireballs. They got that water.
So
Is the water thing and the meat their only power-ups?
they have scrolls in because they
With the
have
meat.
the meat because
So that's like a heal and...
it's a heal and
But
a
it
scroll
won't revive.
combined into one. It will not revive from distance like a potion will, or the elves green fireball will. But the way this works, the water bomb, it doesn't do any damage, but it moves people out of their position. So the way this works is, depending on where you drop it on the field, it'll push people around. So if I drop it in between the axe thrower, that's half dead, and the full health axe thrower, so it pushes one back and one forward, but it doesn't push him on top of the dead body. So let's kill the dead bodies, or one of them. Then you can use that, and it pushes him forward. Now it normally would push him forward too, but there's extra dead bodies in the way. So let's try this. And you can kind of see now the water bomb's not moving this chieftain back
Because there's something in the way.
because there's something like preventing him from getting there. So you can, really screw up people's positioning, and like let's say,
You're getting worked over.
yeah. So
It's like, get out of here.
So this little guy, he's out of the range of the witch, right? Mm-hmm. A really cool tactic is you have, this person that does a lot of damage on the sword. You push them into the range of the sword, and then kill them.
Or maybe if you had a dead
pop.
body, but no one was in range of it, you whoosh them all towards the dead body and then explode it with the witch.
Oh, yeah, that would work too. That would work as well. So because this guy, let's see if we can do the execution. So this guy, he's the one that kills people instantly when they're below half health. So anybody that's below half, he does this like extra attack and does 400 damage when normally he would only do 200.
Yeah.
So it can be good to work in combos like that, especially against people that have a lot of health, like the chieftain, or like a knight that has,
Or a full maxed out wraith.
or a full maxed out wraith. Exactly. Now, the thing I really don't like about the tribe is that they have almost no physical resistance, and none of their units start off with 300 damage. Everybody's only 200. So like the archer, she starts off with 300. The spear thrower on the elves, that's 300. The bomber for the elves is 300.
The bomber for the dwarves.
Or for the dwarves is 300. Yeah, exactly. So, but none of these guys have 300. They all rely on that sword. Mm-hmm. So I would recommend giving the sword to the witch just because she has the greatest range of everybody. And then this guy, the chieftain, definitely give him the armor, the spike armor.
Because he has the most health.
Right. And, it gives a 10% health boost too, but, that's not very much. Yeah, you can explode your own units if you want to, but... yeah, there's not a ton to this class. Honestly, I don't like them. I wouldn't recommend buying them. They seem very weak to me.
I mean, the best, or the
Well,
thing about it is you need to know how they work to exploit them.
You have to understand how they work to take advantage of them.
Hopefully
But,
this kind of showed you the basics.
Right. Yeah, I would recommend buying them if you really like the game, just because you want to know how they work, but I wouldn't...
They're not going to be your go-to race.
I've already given up on them as my, I've got like a set group of people that I play regularly that I know are good, and I played a couple games against them as the tribe, and I got worked.
Yeah.
Absolutely worked. And I I will not be using the tribe against you, Dan, or any of those other people that I play a lot.
Cool.
So yeah, the position moving stuff with the water ball is pretty fun. But
what's the deal when they get pissed off?
Oh yeah, okay. So thank you for bringing that up. So every class has their own. Unique attribute, I guess, is the best way to put it. So, let's kill this chieftain. I'm not going to be able to stomp him. Oh, I guess that counts as stomping him. Okay, so when he's pissed off, the way it works is... After a tribe unit is stomped, the next attack by any single tribe unit is increased by 50%. So,
oh wow! So it's almost like a mini quarter scroll for everyone.
Right, for the whole team. But the whole team only can use it once.
Oh, okay.
So if I had because I'm on the other side, if I had 3 guys out on the field that all got that, my next one attack uses it.
And the other guys would calm down.
And everybody calms down after it's been used once.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like it's a mini attack boost. But so the axe thrower, his over 50% or extra damage versus full health people plus that extra boost, he can do a lot of damage with just one attack. Mm-hmm. But then he can't finish people off. You have to use the ogre to finish him off, or the warrior to finish him off. But then that's so many turns.
Yeah.
Turns to get him into position to finish him off when they're below 50%, and then still stomping him, and then he's way out of position and is going to die on his next turn. The combo idea is neat. It doesn't really work.
Yeah.
I don't like them at all. Any other questions, things you want to point out? I mean, other than
that's all the items, right? The water, the shield, the sword, and the meat.
Oops. The water, the shield, the sword, and the meat. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you can look at the whole list. They have the typical Typhoon, Rune Metal, Spike Armor, Haunch Meat. Oh, and you get 4 of those. I didn't realize that.
Oh, that's nice that it shows you how many of each thing you get.
Yeah, that's an update.
Okay.
That's new with
I don't remember seeing that.
Because all of the classes, it does list that now.
That's nice to know.
Yeah, it is nice to know.
And 2 heroes, that's interesting.
Yep, 2 Chieftain super units. But, again, they have no resistance, so they die so fucking quick regardless. And you have no items that give them resistance.
Yeah.
So, they have 1,000 health, but 2 shots from an archer on a sword square, and they're dead.
Yeah.
But that does a good amount of damage back to the archer, but if it's an archer playing defensively, they can easily just heal with 1 shot anyway. Because that's how the fucking...
Doc strategy for a long time.
I
think you did a good job of the basics.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the basics of the tribe. And, yeah. Game on.
Game on.